Everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4, Episode 44 with me, Sid. And we're down here in the forge where I have been. Oh, well, I've been doing quite a few things, but right now I've got some iron blooms which I've put through. I'm going to run another batch, but I just need to go over and get myself some bricks over here. Which should be enough for 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect, exactly the required number. And not going to process the blooms today. I mean, just having them in bloom form is enough, I think, at this stage. But well, I've just shut the door literally, and there's a cat outside going, "Let me in." Got lots of iron, so that's a thing, which we shall hit with a hammer. And got some plans for today, but first things first, I do need to just go over what's happened since we last chatted. Well, that's 3, okay. Man, so slow. Given that the majority of things you put in here go in at like the 120, it's only meteoric where you put 6 in. Sorry, 12 for 6. Add 5 seems a bit odd. I don't know why we don't have add 20 or something, or just add 120, you know. Well, add 20 would make sense because you're not going to put them in at anything less than 20s because you need 20 per ingot, so why would you have there we go. And then we can pop that up there. This can go in and we'll have another batch of blooms going. And something I've been kind of working on doing is keeping on top of just getting all my ores and stuff processed, and yeah, quite frankly, I'm failing. that is not working. I suppose 20. Yeah, it makes sense if you consider that your fuel goes in as 6, 1 per ingot. So kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, in addition to doing a little bit of housekeeping, I have been keeping oh, let's just put that away before I run off with it. I've been keeping up on, as I say, copper. I have been keeping my sifter full of stuff, so we're getting lots of things out of here. Importantly, the gold, because obviously if I want plates I need gold. It is worth noting, let me just check that one, it's sold by but not bought by. Okay, so we can get rid. It is worth noting that since we finally got the bricklayers update in, they've still got this duplication mod. That's why those are in there. Duplication bug with the, I've not really, basically if you shift click a bowl back into there, it duplicates the bowl, the crock, and not the bowl. I need to check whether it's just I need to check whether it's existing crocks or whether we need to basically recreate all the crocks, whether it is basic crocks, but there's something weird going on and I really don't know what it is. Right, over here, over there, you can see that big dirt thing has now got Punk's tent on it. So Punk Hole is planning something up there. I just don't know what. It'll be interesting to see. Ooh, hang on. Just need to go and grab something. Just need to grab something quick. And I'll grab a few berries, but if I can jump in, I think I've got them in here. Let me just, we'll take a few and then I'm not going to do too many because I want to play around with them. These things basically will get, but basically you can get firefly jars, and there are Treetop, Mystic, Blue Ghost, Rovers, Fairy Ring, Candle and Marsh Imp. I don't know if there is differences in how you capture them, but while it's basically the oh damn it, I did not want to do that. I saw some fireflies down here, so we'll pop one there. And we'll pop one here. These are not very flowery in this area, are they? We'll pop one there, and we'll pop one there, and we'll keep the other 12 just to place near lots of flowers on a warm night. So I suppose actually it would make sense to place that here. That's lots of flowers, isn't it? And maybe we should pick, where's it gone? Maybe we should put you near lots of flowers as well. Oh, there's a baby chick there. Lots of flowers. We got anywhere with lots of flowers? Yeah, that's not bad. We'll stick one there. There we go. Right. So the other thing I've done, I've taken up all my fruit trees from down here. I don't think this bit gets cold enough. So what I've done is I've planted walnuts and oaks down here. I've planted them all a block or two up off the ground, and what we'll do is once they dig in and grow, I'll replace the blocks underneath with logs, so I'll have a nice little forest, which this area is then going to become my bee garden. And then if we come back up here, and we come as if we were coming out from here. We finished the bathroom. Come out here, you have got a stairway, and the stairway walks up and it meanders up the mountainside here. It's only one wide. There's a few places like this. I had to get creative with the steps because I'd not given myself ample turns to do the things. But you carry on all the way up the mountain to here, and I know it gets negative temperatures up here, so we have planted a whole bunch of trees up here in the vain hope that these will vernalise with the next coming winter, but they've got to grow first, and these have only been up for a short while. So that is there, and then over this way, let me just go back to spawn before we get on with today's project, or start on today's project. Today's project is a long-winded project, but at least we can get on with some of the basics. And we'll come in down here. So we have the elk station down here, which I keep stocking with bits and pieces. Not made any sales yet. But to be fair, when you can get a vast majority of this from your own traders, someone's left a whole load of naming tablets. But over here, what we've done is this is the future site of the Rusty Gears Law Museum. And there are multiple side rooms, 8 of them, with one for each one. So we can come in here, you can hop in that translocator, you will end up at the Resonance Archive. You can go here, you pop out at the Lazarette. You can pop in here and you'll pop out at the village. You'll pop out there. This will be I think it's the Desolation. I want to say the Desolation. Whilst we've done that, and we have located it, I am ready, and pop out here, and that will take you to St. Tobias's Cave, which is the last law location. Then we'll have the university from Better Ruins, and the other one, and then we got a spare thing here for something, and we'll get all of this built in. Now this is just all rammed earth at the moment, and the reason I did it in rammed earth is because I was waiting to get the bricklayers update, which we now have. Yes, we've got bricklayers 3.0. It has released. I have had to replace all these all broke, or that all broke, that all broke. So all of the yellow, all of the green, orange, all of the green stuff, the yellow clay in there broke. What else broke? Lots of things broke. Fortunately, Per's floor didn't break, so that was a good job. Obviously, because that broke, all of these broke. Similarly over here, a lot of stuff broke. All these chiseled blocks broke. What else? Patch's roof broke. Bits of Candy's roof broke. Bits of QP's roof broke. Bits of Perk's roof broke. Luckily nothing broke over there that I could see, but it's so difficult to see anything in in that room is just a nightmare. Didn't see any breakage over here. A little bit of punk stuff went around over here, these things, but the other bricks were fine. It fixed the broken textures over at the village, so that was good. The entire roof of the warehouse broke. A little bit of Chaos's base broke, and that was more or less it. Oh, Cricket's entire roof, so I had to replace that again. So that's twice I've built that roof now. I'm getting quite good. We've found Candy's elk. That's where Candy's elk was. How on earth did it get there? What did I do with that tablet? No, but I mean the. No, I think she said it was Miss Milk Elk. I don't want to own it. I want to. I have to. Hang on. I control and click. My work here is done. So yeah, that's what we've been up to anyway. This I want to. We'll start on the next, probably the next episode or two. But I want to look at the. If we look at brick, there's like the various, grey. We can do raw grey blue brick, which is maybe blue fire clay. But then we can fire it in a beehive kiln. When no doors are open, we'll get cream. We'll get green, we'll get black, and we'll get clinker when 3 doors are open. And we have a beehive kiln because Solstin built one. So fire clay brick, for example, will always be fire clay. We can do brown clay brick, which maybe you can only buy that one. That looks like it's possibly a buy only. Red clay brick is from red clay, and then you can make tan thing, red, and so if we take tan, we can turn that into large orange bricks. They can be turned into multiple varieties, and this is going to be a museum, so it really does need to be like brick and sandstone and everything. So I really need to dig into how to use the beehive kiln. We need to make a whole load of bricks. We're probably going to have to do some ruin raiding to get the materials necessary to decorate the inside, because Resonance Archive bit, for example, I want to make look like a bit like the library. The lazarette I want to make look prisony. The village I want to make look villagey. I know that's not really a word. The desolation, I have no idea how I'm going to do that because you can't harvest blocks in the desolation. St. Tobias's thing, yeah, that's probably just going to be a fairly relatively straightforward decorative piece. However, what we need to do, well, we need to eat for starters. Let me just have that, and let me come over here and put this down. So today I want to work on this space. First thing it needs is a door, and to do that we are going to need, and now I have made myself a true chisel. That's quite expensive. It's 2 steel chisels and a steel hammer, but it doesn't need steel. It doesn't need a hammer in your inventory to use. I have also got some other bits and pieces of chisel floating around that I do need to use up. So that's a thing. But what we need to do to start off, I think, is, well, let's get this leg. Well, in fact, we'll put it in for now. So that's our door. And what I would like to do, take myself a pallet and a basic chisel. In fact, we'll go with QPs because then we can paint. A hammer, and what I need to do is basically get myself a vault in. So let's go and find myself a light grey. And then I should be able, no. Then I should be able to go to that and get a paint and go, well, let's assume that we're going to kind of come around like that. And maybe a little bit like this. Because I want this to look like a big old metal door. We're going to take this straight down on this. And we'll probably end up going in, but for starters, let's just paint an outline. I have been working on my tent as well. I'll show you that in a bit, if I remember. So that will come around here, then we can come out and come there, and then maybe like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should do us, and then like that, like that. Well, that's a start, and then we'll cut that in, we'll shape it, and then these will become a door. It'll be recessed a little bit, and we'll have a rotatey wheel handle on it, and then we'll need to do some jiggery pokery with chisel to make it work. But first things first, let me just get the basics in. I'll see you in a short while. Alright, first pass done. There's your door. However, it does need a lot more detail. So we're going to go back to chiseling mode, and we're going to start here. And I've painted the entire thing of these grey, so that should work, I think, better. And what we'll do is we'll make this a very clear door, and then we'll change some of the colours, and we'll probably try a little bit of pixel arty technique tricks or whatever on it as well, just for funsies really. I'm actually very tempted. Let me just do something slightly different. I've just realised here that might look better if we do that 3 up. Because then we can do some trickery. And maybe if we bring this down 1, we can do the same. Like so. And then I think we're going to need to come. Oh well, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excuse me. And then we need to come out again, and we're going to do this. And I've got a really sniffly nose. I do apologise. Can I come one further out? I think I can actually, so I think I will. Oh man, my nose is really running now. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Alright, we have a door. Or rather, I have a wall. So what I actually need now is... Are you the top or the bottom? You're the top, okay. What I need to do now is I need to duplicate this and then pop it down. Let me change, let me rename this as well. So vault door top closed. Save and vault door bottom closed. So then what we need to do is we want to take this, pop that in, and then I would like to, I'll keep the original because one thing I've learned is it's so very, very easy to bugger these up, if you'll pardon my French. See, you can just do that and completely screw it up for starters. Right, now let's do a rotate so you're in that position. And then let's go and get my wedge tool. Don't think I need you anymore. I think the wedge tool will do the job quite adequately. And no, undo. I think we've got one more. Yeah. And I should be able to fit through that gap quite comfortably. So I think what we need to do is go and then assign closed door model, and then assign open door model, and then if we check these, did that not work? Close. Yes, I know you're closed. That's what we want, and we want you to be... Why is this not working? This normally works. It's just not doing anything, is it? Why is it not doing anything? QP, have you broken it? Have you broken doors? Mirror paste, door connect. Alright, well, let's try something else then. Let's take that out and just pop you down over here. It doesn't really matter where. And let's take you out. That doesn't look good, does it? I really need that to kind of squidge into the room, and I don't want that to squidge into the room. Can I? Well, I think what we're going to have to do is that with a little bit of, and then a little bit of artistic license. No, bloody hell. Damn it. Try that again. I'll take the hit on the edge, I think. We can always, well, maybe we just pop a line in of that. It won't make perfect sense because obviously we've gone from a single to a double, but a double to a single even, but right. Assign door open. Assign door close. Door connect. No. But it's not opening. Why? QP, what have you done to these? Huh? Door open, door close, copy protected block, renamed, undo. Right, well, I think what we're going to have to do for the time being, and I'll just let QP know that this is not playing nicely, is we're going to have to lock this in an open position. We'll put a couple of these will go away in my storage for models, for templates, and that's disappointing. I'm so looking forward to having that door all finished. We'll leave that there for now, however, because that door was not the be-all and end-all. What I actually want to do is I want to build my armoury in here. So first things first, I'd like to bring the roof down to about there. So I'm going to need some chalk. I'm also going to need to put most of my tools away there. So let me go and grab some chalk, bring the roof down, and then we can start thinking about how I want to lay out the armoury for all of my weaponry. I am probably going to be using decorative tool racks, and I'm probably going to use these, but I may repaint them a different colour, just because they are kind of perfect anyway for that. I'll probably use decorative shelves for armour, because armour stands don't work in tents, any tents, whether they are normal things, and I'm fairly certain QP doesn't have a decorative armour stand. We have a decorative display case, but they weren't things. We've got decorative planters, we've got decorative style shelf, decorative table. Decorative table could work, but I think that kind of puts us, you know, that puts us in the realm. So anyway, yeah, let me get a roof on. That's my first mission. See you in a moment. All right, so ceiling in. I've put a little wall vault in here, which is a chest, hidden chest, just a little, you know, supposedly a safe. And we've got a copy of this. I would like to change the black to, let's go with a rich blue. Too rich, maybe the darker one. Yeah, we'll go with the black, that. And then we're going to, well, I'm going to rename it for starters as a, not packed dirt. Tool stroke weapon rack, just because. And then I'm going to stick myself a couple like this all the way across that wall, and we are going to, I'm going to have to, I don't know why the pantograph doesn't seem to pre-chisel blocks anymore. I don't know whether that is by design or not. And then we'll mirror a few of them to make them do that. Now what I would like to do then is take that out, convert that into a decorative tool rack, put you on there, and just do the one like that. Then I'd like to take this table and make you into a decorative table, and we'll just put you there for now. Now, stupid question, you can right click with the return, blah blah blah, cannot place that there. Do I need to, let me just make a regular table for starters. I'm wondering whether I've broken the algorithm. Whether it has to be a no. There's got to be something I can put on a table. I think it's because that block's there. So if I were to take you out, can I put something there? Let's try a bun. Nope. Let's try a bowl. We can do that. Now if I were to go and stick that in there, yeah, you can't do that. Okay, that's fine. So maybe the table isn't the right tool. I do need to make sure that that is not in my inventory before I pick up that bowl. If I pick that bowl up while that is in my inventory, it'll duplicate. It's an absolute pain. That's fine. We can work with that, because I can work with, I'm sure, what can I do with a shelf? What can I put on a shelf? Can't put that, so you can only put tools on there. Can I stick any armour on these? Let me just borrow my helmet. No. I need something to put my armour on. And if it won't take armour stuff, I mean, I suppose I could just use chests. It's not the end of the world. But I want to use armour. Alright, well, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 14. It's not like I'm short of sticks, is it? Just make a bunch. Let's turn those into decoratives. Not quite what I was hoping for, because I was hoping to be able to stick my armour out in the armoury. But if I can't, I can't. What we need is our decorative armour racks. Tool racks even. We'll do something on this side with shelves. I don't know what yet. We'll work it out, because I don't know whether can you stick arrows on a shelf. That's a question. No. Yeah, it does get annoying when you can't put, you know, you just want to, it's not like you're trying for anything overpowered, you just want to store your stuff decoratively, and the game's like, no, you can't store that in a shelf. That would be silly, overpowered even. And you're kind of going, what the hell are you talking about? I just want to stick something on a shelf. Let me just put my, let me get you back down there. I don't know what to do with all of this lot yet. What we do need to do then is go and have a look and go weapon, 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 shield perhaps, weapon, weapon, weapon. That's a start. Do 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 do. Maybe I need to have a word with QP while I'm telling QP about the issues I had with the chisel door. Maybe I suggest that we get a decorative armour stand, just so we can outfox the thing. I'm going to put that lot away actually, I think. Alright, let me just keep on putting stuff away. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I came up with a solution. It was shop clothing stands. They take armour as well. What I do need to do is make myself a tent bag, this one, which is going to be plain cloth, rope and sticks. So, rope, 1, 2, 3, 4, and cloth. Have I got any cloth? Plain. Just get me one of those, and we'll do that, and that, and that, and cannot pack chalk. I think I need to chisel that. Okay, it's not a problem. It really is not a problem. Where are we? So we can go 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Just because it's unstable. And then we should be able to pack this away. So we've got one big room. When I want the armoury, I just place it down. I come in and do whatever I want. I pick it back up again and I place the armoury in the wall safe and walk out. And that is quite literally that. Now, as I say, I do need to follow up with QP to find out why these doors aren't working, but I'll do that offline. And I need to go and see whether I've managed to capture any fireflies, because I've been working on this for a few days. I'm hoping, well, I don't think the trees were quite ready to, yeah, they're not quite gone and done their thing. Some of these are the oaks. Walnuts have got longer to go. The oaks have got about a day or so. So we should see some oaks sprouting soon. Now I've got to just remember where I put my... I know I put one there. That's a baited. That one's baited. Sure I put down 4. Where did I put the other one then? Sure I put one over here somewhere. There, still baited. Okay. I put one over here, didn't I? Still there. Placed near lots of flowers on a warm night to catch fireflies. I am going to grab myself a whole load of flowers and we're going to see whether we can't catch ourselves some fireflies now. Well, I waited all night. Not a bloody loads of fireflies. Not one in my jars. I feel cheated. However, we've been going a while. This is not quite the armory room that I anticipated. As I say, I do need to talk to QP about why the doors aren't working. But we have an armory. Oh. Well, that's just lost my armour. All of my... Yes, I do. Right. That is an admin job. I'm going to have to fix that and break those, I think. But we can work with this. And a little bit of a sneeze, a little bit of cough, a little bit of splutter. Wait for Sammy. Look at him, he's a happy little worm. But we can go and get my armory, and I'm happy enough with that. Oh, hello. Let me get myself a thing back. I'm just going to leave this open for the time being. I'm going to need to log in with the admin account to fix this. Yeah, so... Important lesson learned there, do not use a tent bag on a shop mannequin thing. I'm probably just going to have to do something really simple like, I don't know, a chest, maybe a chest. Because I can't see how, if I can't put armour on to... I thought I saw some money there. If I can't put armour onto... an armour stand and make it stay. What you got for me? Any note to note? Forlorn Hope saddlebag. That's a nice shield, but I prefer the heavy ones. Yeah, nothing I really want. What we like in there? Oh, we haven't had a lot of. I did clear them out the other day, so. What do you got for me? Chests. For 2 gears. I mean, that's actually not bad, you know. And he's got 19 of them. If you stay still just long enough for me to jump in here, I'll have all of them, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. I'm not bothered about those barrels, really. And your lamps, the lanterns are a little bit pricey. we'll just have a look, see if there's anybody else in the guest quarters. There are not, and we'll pop those away. So, on that note, I think we can call this one an episode. I'm going on holiday shortly, so yeah. Not going to be any Rusty Gears for a couple of weeks while I'm away. I have got an alternative series for while I'm away, which is going to end before things like that. I need these porcelain things need to be gone because they are a scourge. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.